Lord. It should have worked. I'm starting like half an hour early, which is pretty good. No. There's now 2 people watching. Oh. My thing is cursed itself. Everything's fine. So it's live. You guys can hear me. Okay, I'm just making sure everything else is fine. Everything should be fine. Shall we do a vocal test as I'm coming in here? Okay. 1, 2. Can you hear the music in the background? 3. I can hear the music. Oh, YouTube don't like me. 1. Okay. Okay, it should be all good. It should be all good. We can go. Let's go. I forgot to put my messages. I'm doing that right now. Here we go. You guys get a little fox today. I'll put that to my left so I can see chat. Okay, welcome back everybody. We're doing RoadWarden again. It's been a while. I'm struggling to remember who has the grappling hook. That was a funny word. Okay, let's dive into it. It should be active. It is not. Hold on. Let me just chuck you guys in the void real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's live now. It's active. I forgot how to set everything up. I was trying to set the starting screen up, but it didn't work, so I'll have to keep trying at it. One of the updates has unfortunately broken it, which is great, lovely. Thanks. I don't know how to work this thing. Beasts only feel hunger. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna continue because I believe it auto-saves itself. And my loading should be pretty good. Anyway. I don't remember what I'm doing. Other than getting a grappling hook. I think I spent the night here. We can go try to talk to this guy. We don't have anything to sell and we're also dying, which is a great start. We're dying. Oh my goodness. What day is it? 29. We've got like until 40 days. So. Need anything? No. Okay, he doesn't want to talk to me. I need a few rations. How much money do I have? Oh dear. This is going to go great. I've got 8. I'm trying to save up for the other lady, so... Sure. How much do you sell for? 2 filling meals won't spoil anytime soon. Yeah, we can get one. We can get another one, so I got even. This time we got 12, which is pretty good. And we need 21, I think it was, for the lady. Let's... We're depressed again. Let's travel. Let's travel. So leave the square. You're wandering around the village. A woman in a brown robe observes you from a distance and walks away when you make eye contact. 3 drunken youngsters are having something between a conversation and a mumbled joke. Okay. You will fix my garment. My garment's okay. Well, my garment exists more than my health does. I believe you have the grappling hook. These guys do. And I think I can clear away the rock slide. Let's go try the rock slide thing first. Because I kind of want to see if I can actually clear it. All I can do is turn back. Okay, fine. Apparently I can't clear it. We go to the part of the north. Guard welcomes you with a nod as you ride in. The other hunters are practicing archery and fixing their equipment in the courtyard. You hear the clicking of tools coming from the armory workshop. I approach the guards and see what they have to say. Guards greet you with a polite nod or a casual hello, while Dahliat gets closer with you with a smile. Brown Boar following her steps. What brings you to us? About the goblins. It's done. Most of the goblins are dead. Some are back in the forest. The loot wasn't that great, she sighs. Though maybe we missed something under the feces they left behind. Well, thanks to some magic, our wounds are fine. She pushes her hair away from her neck. But I still think the place should be burned. I have some questions. Too tired to throw eggs. Okay. I go to the well. I go to the inn. I go to innkeeper. Do I have anything? Show me your wares. You don't have the crap. Oh, these guys sell it for 3. Is that because they like me better? It might be because they like me better. You guys don't have the grappling hook. Who has the grappling? I'm going to go nuts looking for the stupid group. One of you guys have... I should have checked in the other town. Well, I could ride back and then I can check. I'm gonna get one of these because that boosts me up a lot. Let's journal. Do I have to do anything here? Help others is like my main mission. I've got 2. I need to place one at the White Marshes. Band, missing hunters. There's somebody in the middle of the forest. I can't do this. I should probably go to the mayor and see if I can do this, but I don't know if I can. Because she hates me from the earlier thing. I was just helping people. This is a mystery. What happened here? We know it's been cleansed now. Maybe we can go back. I don't know. I've proven the local seals have been turned barren by a curse. A wooden rag instead of tools thrown into the river right next to each other. I found a queen tree partially burnt by a torch. Some human chopped through the fence surrounding the large pasture. Maybe to save a herd, maybe to steal it. Study the golem. I've asked Ellen questions. Want me looking for advice to fight off golems because they're scared? I can also ask them to support if I manage to convince them to trust me. Oh dear. Hello. Hey Wade, welcome in. Is Reginald? Nope, it's still the face picture. I am seeing a red image, Wade. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a red image on your icon there. I can't see it, it's so red. It looks like a person, but they've been edited or have been playing with neon paint. It does look like a person, but it's not your old one. Your icon has changed for me. Hopefully it's the right image that you wanted, but welcome in. Reginald is doing pretty well. We're just traveling back and forth right now. Whilst we're collecting food, of course, for the other lady. We still need to go through the heart of the forest, but I also need to clear some things up with Howler's Dell still. Oh, that's the show pic. The lights are so red. That is extremely red lights. I hope everybody or nobody had epilepsy in that building. That is extremely red. We gossip for a bit. The curious locals gather around and take part in your conversation. Recently, during the last hunting trip, one of the hunters was badly injured. If spells won't help, she might lose an arm. Okay. I'm broke? Sure. My mount only needs some hay, water, and peas. He scoffs at you, puts on an empty bucket, points at an empty bucket, and steps away. Okay, I have to do it myself. That's fine. I can take that. Let's go to these people. We're grateful we'll share the next summer with us. Lack of seed will be a burden, but it'll brighten the days. I am glad to see you again, RoadWarden. Her eyes make you think of a sky just after a heavy rain. The forest speaker has put us into shame, and we've discussed his words and his deeds. Her voice is slow, but you catch its hesitation. We're grateful that the village of Pagus will share the next summer with us. The lack of seeds will be a burden, but it will bring us brighter days. I met an old druid in a cave south from here. She almost drops her staff. Her lips start to shake and betray her peaceful words. He's one of us, but there was differences between our paths, and he decided to be on his own. That's his right, and we respect his will. Why do you speak for the entire group? She steps away, tilting her staff towards the other druids, who look at you gently. That's masters among us. I've answered for our neighbours, and I know how to guide them. That's all. For now, I am trusted, but I am not above anybody, and I take upon myself the burdens of daily life from the shoulders of the elders. One day my soul will be cloudier, or either lost in madness, like Ma's mother before me. When Ma's lip will be sealed and know better, she will take Ma's place. You can't tell if her eyes show sadness or relief. How lovely. I can't see. I can't see. It was not a great show for me. Hope they give you some. I can't read that because the heart bubble's in the way. I hope they give you some stew and a crust of bread. Well, Reginald's not getting any hay tonight. I have food. I can eat berries. I have a lot of berries. But unfortunately, Reginald's just getting water and grass, no hay. We have to save money for the enchantress. Tell me about your faith. She tilts her head to the right and looks directly into your eyes. What do you want to know? I'd like to hear about your teachings. Give away what you can, only take what you need. For your soul from the soil, from the fellowship of humans. You'll leave only ashes. Accept it and grow in peace. She ends with a kind smile. If you think it's much, you're right. If you think any soul has enough years to follow this path fully, your soul is already bested by thorns. A lie. In my home, our elders taught us the same thing. I believe that right. Oh, I got healing for that. Oh my. Okay. Nice, we've healed ourselves. I'm happy I lied. She raises her left hand and touches your cheek gently. Okay. At first you feel the warmth of her skin, then you lose track of time, as if her blue eyes have thrown you into a deep lake. When you shake off this feeling, you are refreshed. That's not right, you should have asked me first. Oh, thank you. She observes you with a modest, kind smile. There are many rumors amongst the surrounding druids. Some of them betray you as rather cruel. Neo ones ought to seek wisdom. In every mouth they see. Her thin lips form a smirk, but her voice gets stronger. The butchers of the Unites are driven by fear, afraid to admit their old malice and to give up on their dreams of power and of comfort. They make us the monsters of their task, for they want their people to look away as they hunt us. We are a mirror of their weakness, the sum to their shadows. We are the proof that they do not know how to rule. Strange subject. Farewell. Okay, main square. Look for the mayor. The guards inform you that she needs to look for her. Oh. Wait, what? The guards inform you that she needs to look for her. Oh, the guard needs to look for her, okay. So you sit on a bench and wait for what feels like an eternity. When Thalsus joins you, she apologizes for the wait, though her voice and eyes are harsh. Maybe I do have to say I'm looking for the RoadWarden for her. I don't know. Would you ever consider? I consider it right now, she laughs. Her eyes remain keen. But if you want me to give you some answers, let's see. She looks up and to the right, theoretically raising her hand to her chin. I'm copying it. Some gestures of goodwill would be a great start. Since you're the guild's messenger, I need to know you can be relied on. She gives you a wide and grim smile. And that's only the first step, I assume? Of course. Do you even have the power to handle the tax negotiations? She scoffs loudly at your head shaking. Do enough for my village and I'll hand you a beautiful signed letter. A list of all the things my neighbours are looking for, as well as what they can give in return. Your superiors are going to see more than enough to prepare their offer. She rubs her hands. I think that's fair. And it looks like we're in agreement. Perfect. One more thing, though. She puts her elbow on the table and leans closer to you. If you get behind my back, I'm not going to wait for a dagger. I'll end you first. She rests her chin against her open palm, giving you a dismissing, warm smile. I'm sure people already know that we have a new RoadWarden. Maybe ask around to see if anyone else needs your help. The more my neighbours trust you and need you, the more willing they'll be to offer you better pay. Well, let's start here. What can I do for you? Ah, how kind of you to ask. But before I ask you to run, let's see how you can walk, shall we? Her eyes wander left and right as he glances for a nearby guard to move away. He nods, then gestures at a few other souls to follow him. While a few of the local cast curious looks at you, they quickly turn away as soon as you notice them. The mare's shiny green eyes are still locked on you. Her voice is close to a whisper. Since Astron's disappearance, there has been little trade on the roads, and not much news has reached us. Be so kind. Her flirtatious tone distracts you with how obviously fake it is, and help me learn some interesting tales from our neighbors. You mean the ones that weren't meant to reach you? See, I know that deep down you are a true sage. She tilts and straightens up, adjusting her cape without her hustle. Do you have something to share? She's probably a scorpion. I think you are right. Else for permission. No, don't worry. It's happened already. People have already touched the RoadWarden. It's fine. I give up. I gave up ages ago with that. Hi. I'm gonna say that is cruel, but I think you mean girl. I suppose I can tell about this. The monks are worried about the enchantress golems. They ask me to make sure they're not a threat. I can't blame them. But I thought she and they would share at least some common goals. She crosses her legs, dragging her foot as she gathers her thoughts. The sorceress is only a few seasons away from being a crazy witch. One who lives in a tower surrounded by a thunderstorm, with a pointy hat and a talking doorknob. I wonder if that is a reference to something. It sounds like it's a reference. The squad that made a camp in the southern crossroads is now no more than 2 people. They plan to return to Halavin before fall. Since they cleared that camp of dragons, they went so quiet I almost forgot about them. She rubs her chin with her thumb. I'm surprised they managed to stay alive till this day. Sending such an inexperienced group here shows that the officials misjudged this land. That's all I have to say. I keep thinking, surely city folk don't eat just wild game, salted fish and groats. What animals do breed in the nearby villages? Mostly ynxes. They do well in the hills. A lot of malfray. Monks need their parchment. It mostly depends. Mainly pondfish. There's barely any meat. Well, that's a lie. I've killed an animal. That's a lie. I forgot what sort of picture I'm trying to describe everybody to this. To what Halavin looks like. It feels like you can kind of keep track of it and tell everybody the same sort of like, oh, it's doing really well, it's prospering, and then the opposite of that is like, it's actually really bad and we don't have enough food. So I feel like there's a kind of, you can describe it as how it is doing. I don't think I'm doing that. Let's just say there's a lot of malfrays because the monks need their parchment. She finds that funny. Oh, that's terrible. You catch a hint of annoyance in her laughter. Our livestock won't sell well, but that's fine. It's hard to keep the number of lambs high. We need to sacrifice a field to raise a new flock. I'm looking for Astron since you already know he's gone. She stares in your eyes, then turns towards Reginald. Is your palfrey a mount? We have 2 jacks and use some mules. A stallion, so it won't give you anything stronger than I need. It is, but I need to stay strong and healthy. Oh, is your palfrey a mare, not mount? I got that wrong. It's a stallion, first off. Did we presume it's a stallion? I mean, it's got a stallion name. Also, welcome in. We've all been touched. Hope somebody has brushed Reginald. Well, maybe. Because I didn't pay for the stable hand this time because I was being cheap. So, maybe all the local kids have brushed Reginald. Keep it together, Fox, again. It's a stallion. So I've heard, her eyes wander over the square, that the small donkey's belly's bringing weak offspring to horses. Her pale finger reaches for her stomach. When her eyes turn to you, they regain their sharpness. I'd rather avoid long talks about that man. Let him remain as a part of the past spring. And since you're asking about him, I can only assume he was indeed sharing his goal with yours. I know nothing about it. You get paid for finding him, and that's all. Let's save in case my lie fails. You sit without a word, listening to the creak until she sighs. Why are you doing this to me, Traveler? She knows she knows I lied. Stab it. Why are you doing this to me, Traveler? Now I have to figure out if you're lying or you're simply wrong. But back to your question. She takes a deep breath. Astron is not welcome here, and we don't know where he went. What was his wrongdoings? Oh, I got updated. If you have to know, he failed, and he won't get a second chance. He went to escort... Oh no. The daughter of yours, I'm gonna avoid your name. A daughter of mine, to her betrothed in Gull Rocks. She was a great archeress, and the road from here to the coast is not that dangerous. When they saw goblins on the road, Astron ordered her to push through, right into their trap. She touches her deer-shaped buckle. They got jumped like a bunch of wealthy pilgrims. A RoadWarden worth their gruel should know better. He could fight with a blade, but my girl, she never had a chance. She sighs and looks at the gate. He disappeared soon after his pitiful attempts at apologizing to me. We closed our doors behind him for good, and let you know if he ever tries to return. Did you ever find your daughter? After a few breaths, her green eyes seek something in your face. Her words are careful yet hesitant. She's with the Fogs now. The goblins were after food, so they carried her shell away. One day she's going to charge at our walls, woken and empty. Even though she was a bit smallrix, her heart was strong and patient. She listened to people and was ready to help them, to cry with them. I could tell you stories, but what for? Let the dead rest. Any ideas where I could look from? You've had quite a big family. She twitches weakly. At one point, there was 12 kids living in our house. 9 girls and 3 boys. Well, the boys are outnumbered. Everything's fine. They come and they go, as it should be. A few are already with the forest, but most are all grown now, started their own families. She looks away at a girl whipping split milk with a wet cloth. To be perfectly clear, they aren't exactly my children. It's a custom of ours in the village for the mayor to look after the orphans. Thankfully, Eric's has a big heart, and much more patient than I do. As she speaks, her smile widens. Any ideas where I could find him? She adjusts her cape with an annoying shrug. Try asking for him in the north. He spent most of his time between the White Marshes, Gale Rocks, and the creeks. Here he wasn't eager to share his plans. Thank you for your help. Oh, and now I can lie about a lot of things. Okay, I can lie more. Liar, put some fire. No, there's 9 girls. 9 girls and 3 boys. There's only 3 boys, so the boys are outnumbered in the orphanage. She leans forward. Even through her smile, her voice is close to a whisper. I wonder, why are you here? What pushes somebody to become a road warden? Lie, I need the coin for a friend I care about. Lie, I use a coin to retire early. Lie again, I need to build connections with local leaders. Lie again, I want to be remembered as one who brought peace to this realm. Lie again, start a new life, that's all I need, doesn't matter why. My motivations are no importance to me. I like how these are all the other options we could kind of pick at the beginning. And I picked I wanted to help people, because otherwise I would have picked start a new life. So I think we tell the truth. I just want to help people. I can make this area safer. I'm gonna do it. She waits, expecting there to be more, and then lets out a nervous chuckle. Forgive me. It's something I mostly hear from the children, not travelers. She observes you with a keen eye. But after a few breaths, she shrugs her doubts off. What else do you need? Do you need my assistant? She sighs with relief and gestures for you to follow her to the creek. The light dances on its surface, and you can't miss the fact that it's humming consistently camouflages the mare's voice. I've a perfect task for someone of your trade. Behind our northern gates you'll find a road. It leads to a coastal beach that used to be occupied by our fishers. Hit by a cold gasp of wind, she adjusts her cape, covering her neck. The hamlet allows us to watch the sea, and every 10 days we had as many fish and crabs as we desired. Without the grace of the village to the north, she looks in your eyes. However, an earthquake led to a rock slide and has made the road impassable. We weren't ready to clear it, and now, almost a decade later, the route is too unknown for us to risk such a long journey. She raises her hand, trying to place it around your shoulder. Shall I let another person... Oh dear. Line, please. What's my major motivation? My major motivation is just helping people. I allow her to touch me. I step away. Everybody likes touching people. It's fine. I think it's like a local gesture. How many people have touched me already in this village? Like 2 of them. Oh dear. Oh, she raises her hand, trying to place it around your shoulder. The only thing she could probably do to me is twist my neck, so sure, I allow her. Her gentle hand is as light as a feather. The druids have convinced my people to accept it is the way, the will of the wilderness. She smells of roses. Okay. But enough time has passed, the roads grow desolate, and we need to put our trust into ourselves. Help me clear the paths, and my neighbours will follow us. If not because of their ideals, then because of their stomachs. She walks away and her finger strokes. Oh my word. The more time we spend on the road, the more monsters will hunt us. With your power, Frey, you could save us from danger. Help me retrieve the hamlet, and you'll prove me that you are a friend of Dale. Start by riding to the burial parts, see if there are any lairs there, and that will need our inference. You're asking a lot for a scrap of parchment. Oh, well, there will be coin, of course. Laughing, she returns to a chair. 5 for helping us clear the paths. 5 for letting us know what you have learnt about the hamlet. And after 3, you'll have to fight. Another 3 if you have to fight in any of these places. For a day or 2 of work, that's more than fair. I've already been there. I've already been there. She rests her chin on the back of her hand and listens patiently to your story. Taps on the table once you mention the burned rags. None of us were there on the day of the earthquake. Whatever corpses might be there, they've surely been awoken by the fog by now. She straightens up. Still, it is better than Wyvern or a lair of harpies. By the way, I did see a harpy over there. The plan stays the same. You'll take 20 diggers and guards, escort them to the rock slide. Your job is to keep them alive and well. That's going to be an issue with the harpies. I'm going to need help, guys. She looks at the sky. It may take many hours, maybe even an entire day. So you should start in the morning. You'll get the first share of your payment once you clear the path. We're going to take care of it soon. Go ahead. Thank you for your time. Okay, let's go find... Wait, no. Let's go see if this guy has the grappling hook, the innkeeper, or the trader actually. Let's go... Have some useful ointments or herbs. I bought goods to sell. What do you have for sale? They have the battle axe and the fabric, well, none of which I don't need. Let's try traveling again. Nothing for now. It's innkeeper? No. I leave the square and then it's too late for all this. Too late to ask about the locals for work. Oh, I can now get work here. Let's go and travel. I can't go here. These guys don't have it. She's not gonna have it. Who has this grappling hook? We need to find it. We can go to Gal Rocks and then... Yeah, we just travel to Foggies. Gal Rocks is like 6 hours and I don't even think there's a bed there. We can go to the Hunters, but I don't know if they have it. Let's just say. jobs, safe water source, and meals and supplies. This is trader. This is trader. So there's 2 traders up here. Okay. Let's go to Foggy's because I like her place and she gives us free food. The grass in the animal pen has managed to grow back a bit, which your mount welcomes with a drool and relaxed eyes. The tavern staff is sitting on the stairs, enjoying the light in silence as they share a roasted fish. Approach the foragers. What can you tell me about the peninsula? Nothing much. Tizzy lets out a sigh. Not much, you see, eh? Trees, rocks, ponds. I've never been in howlers. He starts, but Elin chips in. I have, a couple of times. Nice place, kind folk. Lots of grain, but they have one trader, Arcus. He pays poorly, but at least doesn't waste one time. Gets straight to the point, see? He thinks for a bit, and they're all tall, so tall. Twice as tall as he is, he points at Zeke, who frowns and squints back at him. You gossip for the next few minutes, but things they share with you are little use. They end up saying that you should talk with Foggy instead. She used to travel a lot and speaks with every villager. I walk away. You're in the middle of the yarn and Reginald is napping. I enter the tavern. Do I have anything I can give you? No. Do I need to buy anything from you? No. I think I've done enough to earn your trust. Tell me more about that stuff Astron brought you. She observes you with the patience of a statue, then sends the one-handed man outside with a nod. After a minute, she brings from the basement a simple package covered with wax. Tied together with a couple of cords, she removes them in silence. The scent of honey fills the air. She raises a dark cloak, green like trees covered by shadows. Interesting. The shapes of the leaves are embroidered on the surface with a silver-like thread, and the hood from the hood to the very bottom. They are the size of your hand, spread sparsely, elegant. Each one is different. It's heavy, most likely waterproof, but the inner layer is very downy, made from lamb's wool. Interesting. They combined the word. Every scrap of this garment was touched by a master. There's magic in it. Foggy's voice is solemn. Keeps you warm at night without a fireplace. Makes rocks feel like fur. Why did he sell it to you? Gonna lurk, I have errands. All good, Wade. Good luck with your errands and thank you for stopping in. And for lurking as well. Hopefully they're not too hard. Also, good luck with your truck driving if you're doing that today again. He needed dragon bones. Was planning to travel somewhere. Needed coin for a boat. She folds the cloak. I wonder if he went to the sea then. Unpacks it again. It's got honey. It smells like honey. Tying the cords with her thoughts, I told him to look for it in Gal Rocks. You wait for it to go on, but she changes the topic. I want to sell it for 50 dragons, but if you're interested, we'll see. I won't ask a fortune for a friend. Where was he heading, Foggy? I told you everything I know, love. She holds the package with her elbow. Take it from here on your own. So So now I can buy the cloak. Look at that. Its magic warms up the shell and helps fall asleep in any condition. I can get it for like $16, but I don't even have $16. I'd like to sleep, please. Go to sleep. Yeah, I'll sleep in the attic. Just going to the market. All good. Happy trip. Hopefully get some good deals. It's all good, Wade. And this is the exact same as before, so I'm not going to read it again. Because I've read it like 5 times already. Time for me to go. Reginald is slowly moving as far as the cords allow. It's tied up. Let's travel. Let's go to these guys and we can fight now. Back in Hallersdale. Ride through the gate, then dismount swiftly. I'm broke. He scoffs at you. Gets you water from the creek and make sure Reginald is comfy. I go main square. I asked to look for the mayor. About the fishing hamlet. It's too what? Okay, so I can't take them. I leave the square. I offer my services to the guard. Escort foragers. Work for $1. Nice. Escort a group of foragers exploring the forest, again seeking wood and mushrooms. You'll ride ahead, look for the threat. This task will take you about half a day and it might get dangerous. Let's save. Let's do a quick save so we don't die. Okay, let's go work for like $1. That's fine. Just wondering who the other 3 lurkers are. I'm not sure. I hope they're doing okay though. One of them might be Jawa, who knows. Though I'm pretty sure they're also doing their shopping as well around this time. Oh, it turns out you don't have to do much. You get your job done quickly with little difficulty. Okay. Nice. So that's done. I won't get here before nightfall. She didn't have the grappling hook, did she? Let's go to the old forest garden and see if there's anything to pick up. And then we'll just go back down to Hallersdale because we need to sleep there the night in order to make it in the morning. I spend a few moments. Fresh mold covers the abandoned cart. As you get closer to it, a small mouse springs out from one of the boxes, disappearing between the blades of grass. There are some ripe fruit in sight. I spend a few moments gathering. You pick most of what you find are sour apples and juicy plums. I pack them into nets. We travel. Go back to Hallersdale and we sleep for the night. The day was kind of wasted, but I'm glad with all the information we got. I go to sleep. Sleep in a room, pay 2. Sleep outside, don't pay anything. Well, we lose hunger. We gain health though for this, which might be good. I've already got full magicka and we pretty much get everything clean. Let's do this because we are going to go into battle soon. And this is the first time we've done it, so. You spend the night in peace, in a clean bed with tightly shut windows and a warm blanket. In the morning you find a stool placed by your bed, covered with a bowl of oatmeal based on Malfray milk with berries, nuts and honeys. Once you get dressed, go downstairs. A young boy who's covered in mud and speaks unusually loud and empathetic mentions Reginald has already been brushed and watered. You nod, but he runs outside without noticing. The innkeeper is sitting near the door from time to time, carrying out another bowl with either stew or gruel. Thallus is nowhere to be seen, and Pyrrhus is leaning against a wall with arms crossed, though he nods towards you when you reach the square. Hey, get back to the main square. Talk to the lady about this, because okay. Apologize, welcome back to our village, Rin. You wanted to see me. Let's save. Full health. I'm ready to escort your people to the landslide. Without wasting any time, Thartheus helps you muster the guards and diggers. They're healthy, well-fed, in most cases young. They're chittering, filled with excitement. The young ones are eager to mention that they have never been so far away from the walls. The older expedition members are going to lead and advise. They listen to instructions carefully and are first to take spears from the guards. It doesn't take long before you're ready to leave. I asked the guards to open the gate. We're gonna go fight harpies. The workers carrying clubs, spears, and simple wheelbarrows filled with food rations, water skins, and tools. One spade and one pickaxe was made of precious iron. Another one was made of either wooden planks, in case of the former, or deer antlers. Still being in the forest, your companions share memory about their time spent amongst the familiar trees. Some were helping the hunters carry a large lizard back to the village. Others escorted druids on their search for rare herbs. As you get closer to the hills, your companions lower their voices. One of the guards tells a story about a local goblin pact. Without hiding any gory details, his playful tone makes the others look around carefully. Keeping the daggers on their toes could be a good thing. Look out for harpies also. Let's stay on guard. The guard finishes one more of her tales, looking with a smirk at the workers. That's right, you chip in. That's why we need to keep our eyes open. Threats may hide in rocks and clouds and beneath our feet. I'll ride last, so I got your backs. Now lower your voices. We don't want to cause any more landslides. They nod, and after you regroup, we travel in silence. You feel better now that Reggie is brushed, okay? That's good. The diggers put on their leather gloves and grab the tools. They don't need you to provide any further direction. One of the older men, whose arms are covered with healed claw marks, assigns tasks and roles. The guards take place on either side of the rock slide as well as above it. Finally, as the first sound of the pickaxe cuts through the sky, the overseer turns towards you. He stands silent for a moment, looking uncomfortable with the idea of ordering you around. Awkward situation. I know it will be tiring. I join the others in clearing the road. We can use the tool of destruction here. Should I use it? My job is to keep them safe, nothing else. I'm going to go join the guards. Since I have the tool of distractions, I should be able to save them a lot of swinging. You take off your garrison. Nice. Prepare your own pair of gloves. Tell the guards to take care of Reginald. You explain to the overseer how your tool works. He asks you enthusiastically to give you a short demonstration. asks you enthusiastically to give you a short demonstration. Okay. You approach a huge boulder, pick up a hammer that belongs to one of the workers, place the chisel in the crack, take a swing. A chunk twice as large as your fist breaks into shards, sparking laughter and surprised questions. One of them asks you to do it again, while another offers to replace you. The overseer restores order. He instructs a couple of other workers to follow you. Gather the loose stones from the ground and place them in the wooden wheelbarrows. At first, the work sparks laughter and joy, but the crew quickly gets used to the wondrous tools. Will save a lot of time. Nice. The hours pass. I'm dirty again. Well, I've lost one. The workers are in a decent mood. As far as you can tell, the work goes well. It's time for a break. Everybody leaves their tools where they stand and then sit on the flat boulders. They take out their food rations and start to talk about their plans for the evening. I stay vigilant. I look around for beasts. I can keep going. You stretch out your arms and back, then go for a short walk. An ilex with long dark horns and thick brown fur climbs up the rock face, not far from here. It's leaning against the rocks and it seems too small to carry it. Yet remains confident and quick. For a moment it gives you a silent look, not aware that unlike most predators, humans know very well how to cause harm to distant targets. It jumps on a tiny shelf and reaches the top of the wall, where it gracefully walks away. You approach Reginald, who nickers at you, happy to take a long rest in such a peaceful surrounding. It bows its head, and you scratch the bottom of its neck firmly. The overseer clears his throat, stands up, and addresses you. So far, they're corpses. He rubs his scars with a grunt, but was a boot, nah? Maybe the leg walked away on its own. Better grab your axe. We'll strike as soon as we see it. Waking or not, you ready? Just leave it to me and the guards. It's time to use the spears you brought. Tell your people to form a circle around 2 or 3 diggers. He nods. Aye, let's stay patient. We have all the numbers we need right now. He gestures for everybody to stand up and gather around him. Then he points at 5 people, calling them by their names. You stay on guard. The rest, you dig. Don't move more than 1 rock at a time. Anyone hear anything? Or see a bone? Stop whatever you're doing and shout. We don't need no adventurers. Half the diggers grab spear and form a semicircle around the diggers. Half the workers, sorry. The others move slowly, breaking and pushing and carrying away the rocks. The tension is palpable. There are not enough hands to get through the rubble quickly. I stay close, ready to strike. Time passes slowly. Until one of the workers calls for help, you hear a couple of huge rocks falling to the ground. The workers run, and in one of the cases crawls away from the moving human bones. There's no soul between you and it, and a panicked worker scuffs you with their screams. You pull out your axe. So first off, there's no soul between you and it. No soul between you and it. The panic workers stifle you with their screams. You pull out your axe. Hold your positions. I keep my distance and observe the core. Since there's nobody between it, I dash forward and I strike it down. You crack the whitish skull, but the bones don't stay still, trying to catch you. You hit again and again, gasping for air as you try to shatter it to pieces. Finally, with a heavy breath, you realize the corpse has stopped moving. You step away. The crowd observes it in silence. After a couple of heartbeats, the observer points to the corpse. The bloody head bone has no legs. The shock loses its grip. The folks get closer. The first chuckles is followed by a burst of laughter. The loose bones scatter around, and an old digger gives you a pat on the back. Scary, eh? I almost ran away. I smile at her, and it sure was. The undead don't even have its hips. Ah, it's a guard. The undead don't even have its hips. It was lucky to sit in an upright position. Was this the wrench buried by the tree, or did it get trapped here after it died here? Wondered one of the guards, and a digger responded by spitting on the ground. Let's hope, and one was stupid enough to burn their dead. The hesitant workers try to stay away from the bones, but then the overseer kicks the skull away, sparking another wave of laughter. He cups his head around his mouth. Now. There may be another one here, and its legs might be still kicking. Grab your tools. We not have more than an hour ahead of us. He turns towards you and nods politely. You know how to get rid of those corpses on the road. What do we do? Dead deserves dignity. We need to burn it. He sighs. Hard to argue with that. Take 5 souls with you. He rubs his hands together, then raises his voice. Starts to assign you task. Cutting down branches with a simple stone axe takes quite a bit of time. You take your tinder box and gather an old dry bog standing in the middle of the meadow, covering it with broken twigs and bones. After a moment of silence, you step away from the burning remains. Without a word, your companions observe the unusual palfrey for a moment. You move back to the entry. At least there are no other undead in sight. Nice, we cleared it. At the end of the diggers' work gets closer, they grow more tired and annoyed, which starts a few squirrels. The overseer has none of it, forcing them to focus. It doesn't take long before the path is cleared. In silence, the workers remove their gloves, clean their chests with water, and gather the tools. Prepare Reginald for the rest of the journey. Save, because the harpies are coming. A group of harpies follow your steps, but after an hour and a half, they give up on you. Seeing that you remain in large numbers, your return trip is safe, and the workers cheer up quickly. I keep an eye on our surroundings just in case. Okay, we're back. Your loud expedition gets noticed long before you reach the gates. The villagers gather by the open gates, the parents welcome their children, and the siblings and friends mock to their equals. The children ask for stories from many of the members of your group. It was the first time they truly left their homes. Since no soul approaches me, I ride through the empty village and lead Reginald to the stables. As you're crossing the first bridge, a guard greets you with a smile. Our mare is waiting for you in the usual spot. She's glad to see that you're safe. You lead your mount to the haystack as you loosen up the saddle, and yet another person shows up behind you. This time, is a man with a large club, who you previously met on your path to the priest, though this time he is wearing sandals. You're summoned by Alfra, the speaker of the forest, he states, solemnly, and you shall see her right away. I'll be there right away. He nods. We'll see, traveler, we'll see. He turns away and heads south. Finally, you are left standing in the main square. Let's go to the druid. The building site hasn't changed since the last day of your visit. The druids are bowing their heads as they form a circle, most of them standing. A few of the elders sit on a tree stump. You are gestured to wait until Alpus concludes the ceremony. After it is finished, he approaches you in silence. I was asked to speak with you about the rock slides. She nods at the nearby workers, even though they are engaged in their own tasks. Lowers her voice. And isn't it a good idea that you come here first? She spares you a polite nod. The hamlet should stay as it is. Howler's Den needs no growth. The shoulders relax as there's nothing more to add. Tell me more. Our people need no more gluttony, no more opulence. No creature ever gained any that dreams of, nor that are harmful pursuits. A run that breaks limbs. Her lips get thinner. Talsa's heart belongs to Halavan. Give her what she wants now. She will be weakened. When the day of hardship comes, she will not have enough strength to accept it. So it's just politics. Is there even any wild spirit to be afraid of? Oh dear, dear. Okay, back to reality. Welcome back. A man with a large club. It's not that type of club, it's the weaponed one. I'm sure we'll meet again. If you expect me to lie, I need to hear your offer. Her eyes shine, lively as lightning. We do not trade, stranger. We do not beg, do not bribe, do not promise. We give what is deserved. We do what needs to be done. If your shell is not empty, you'll do what is right. So it's just politics. Without a word, she taps her staff with a finger. I nod and change the topic. Farewell. I go to the main square, so she wants me to lie. I go to the mayor. I don't want to lie. I need the mayor to trust me, otherwise I can't place a rod. And I can't tell her about the other guy. About the fishing. She encourages you with a smile. The road is clear. She leans forward. Her voice is getting close to a whisper and cold like a gust of wind. I'd wish you'd come to me right away, instead of opening your ears to Alpus. Her red lips keep wearing her usual smile, but the green eyes match the fury of her tone. She's getting meddlesome. Watch out for what she tries to sell you. Before you get a chance to answer, she straightens up. Don't let me wait any longer. Hit me with the good news, Ren. After you mention the undead, she stops herself from shedding tears of laughter. A skeleton with no legs. That must have been a great sign. Still chuckling, her hand raises to her belt, from which she has unpinned a leather pouch. You've done well. Our work isn't finished yet, but we're close. So close. She picks up 5 dragon bones and pushes them towards you, holding each one with a spare finger. Time for me to search the hamlet. What is this night marsh trick? You read my soul, Rin. Pay close attention, you'll find. Pay close attention to what you find. She rubs her pale hands and starts to count down on her pale hands. How many cabins are still standing? Are there any lairs nearby? Any sign of vagabonds? Soul-eating mold? Broken walls? The more you learn, the better. I'll see you soon. You surely don't avoid hard conversations, do you? Most city folk feel hesitant when they meet pagans, she smirks. Oh, she thinks I'm a pagan. But the hand clenches around her deer buckle makes you alarmed. Alert. Are you that open to strangers, or did the United Church loosen its grasp? I'm interested in what they could take their place. The guilds, the artisans, the army. The United Church is strong, and so do its laws. However, is still loyal to the Emperor, even if she's not around. Well, that's hardly good news, is it? Signing a deal with Halvin will bring the sacred butchers here, ready to teach us to change our paths, she sighs. But with clear exhaustion, emperors or not, their priests don't take no for an answer. Thank you for your time. I have more money now. By the way, thanks for the stream, folks. It's all good, Wade. It's good to be back again. Despite the busy schedule, it's good to be back. I'm kind of in the situation that JOR is in right now. I have too much to do and not enough time. So I emphasize with them being busy, because I understand that. Okay, though they offer too much. Can I travel anywhere? I can go there, but it's a bit late. I like how we can go to the creek still. Daytime rest, that's interesting. Should probably stay around here, so let's go to Pell to the north and get more rations. Again. And then sleep. The guard welcomes you with a nod. As you ride in, the other hunters are sitting at a table, gambling for apples. You hear the clinking of tools coming from the armourer workshop. I get off my horse and enter the inn. Sitting on a bench beneath the window, 3 guards are arguing about something. But then ease the tension with a friendly barter. The innkeeper is standing behind the counter, preparing a set of mugs. It's only been one day. Talia is chopping vegetables from time to time, taking them to the innkeeper. Go to the innkeeper. Lucky roll for leftovers. Show me your wares. I'd like to buy 3 meals. Got 18. I'm so close to 21. Let's ask about the mayor. People. So she's a good mare, but she's rich from birth, so also careless. She doesn't know the struggles, the hunger. So fancies her clothes more than one does. She thinks she keeps the village safe, even though it's the druids who do all the work. He looks down, but finally speaks again. She'd be furious, but also isn't stupid. If you're smart, keep your eyes open. How about... Okay, let's change the topic. Let's go to sleep. Can I sleep? I think I can. It's still too early. Yeah, let's go outside. I go to the well. I need 3 pieces of equipment. I enter the inn. Can I travel anywhere and then travel back here again? I like the food rations. Can I travel to here and then travel back again? Let's travel to here and back again. Oh, actually, let's go to Talia's camp. I haven't been there in ages. The road is covered with paw prints. From time to time you spot blood stains, split out by somebody with deep wounds. The black cavern eaters are circling ahead above the camp. I need to turn around. Oh my word, dear oh dear. You don't reach the wall. The cravens are serving as a feast of birds and draglings, a few of which are resting on the ground, waiting for the next wave of hunger. One of them gets back on its paws, giving you a warning stare. The path of the troll's charge is marked by broken arrows and pools of blood. The soldiers fought bravely, but the camp will be no use until somebody arrives here with a wagon of timber. Time to get out of here. Indeed it is. Let's go to the pelt of the north. I get off and enter the inn, and then I go to sleep. Let's just sleep on a bench. The uncomfortable sleeping spot and sound of conversation and closing doors wakes you up every few times during the night. Nevertheless, your back survives, yay. The morning air here is stiff, and the innkeeper looking towards the man you found at the shortcut. His voice is thoughtful. Weird times, I was hoping to learn more about the bandits, and now one of them is right here. Drinking my ale. Too bad he doesn't talk. He glances towards you. He said he knows you, that you face some beasts. I mean, coin is coin, but you can't bring me some merchants instead. Show me your wares. I can buy stuff from you. I go outside. Reginald is fighting off flies with its tail. The armory workshop is closed. Let's travel. I said travel. This takes 3 hours. Let's go this way while everybody's cheery. The longer you follow the corners of hills, the more daring the harpies get, observing you as they lower their flight. For now, there's 5 of them. Their flirting, bat-like wings let them hang in the spot. Though loudly, the creatures are as small as goblins, with ape-like features and talons that make you think of a parrot. Their fur is shaped of browns and greys. You try to get through them, but you have to scare them off for good, otherwise you won't be able to ride back east. Good. Let's go face them. You keep riding forwards and unpacked every piece of equipment that could be of use. It'd be better to weaken the beast before you clash with them. I don't have a crossbow. Let's use magic here. I grab my wand. Haha. Takes 3 again. You focus on channeling the direction of magicka. Then push an invisible wave into one of the beasts mid-fight. It crashes into the rocks. Without so much as a cool gasp, it rolls back down the hill. Well, now I have to fight with Max. This is going to go great. I don't have shield. My armor is too damaged to help me here. You find comfort in rhythm, touched by your palfrey, but you'll struggle to protect both of you. Not to mention trying to push away the onslaught. You have to use your axe to scare anything away from reaching Reginald's eyes. Strong enough to stay on the offense. Nice. The beasts are too slow to dodge your strike, but there's enough of them to surround you, sinking into your other arm and cutting you Once you cut... Oh, sorry. I made it too dramatic. Once you cut through one of their necks, the others let you be, exchanging sad glances as they land next to their wounded allies. After not even an hour, you hear the sound of sea, finally. The coast is a mixture of greens and greys, with the sand already covered by the water, the waves hitting the land fiercely, but can't put an end to the screeching of the seagulls. Seagulls gonna go chase everybody down. The signs of human presence have faded away, the grass has overgrown the path, the walls and buildings already collapsing, the lone tree still bearing signs of human pruning. It is keen and wild. You see no smoke or lights. I keep Reginald close. There might be something hidden behind the rocks. In the north you find tall rocks sticking out of the land, like fingers of a buried troll. The western brook hides even more grasses and shrubs, which ends with yet another rock face. There's no observed obstacles that would block you from entering the village, but there's also enough space for you to look around the walls. I walk around. You take Reginald's drink from the brook and enter the narrow path. The building, which has a door leading outside, is closed. The roof has collapsed. On the ground you find a wooden bowl, a mug, a spoon, and a fishing rod. All of them are rotten, broken, or swollen by rain and frost. Being by the bank of the brook, you look south, but find no human beings. I turn to my horse. Alcrazam. Oh, I'll grab my wand pretty much every day. That's good. I hope you recharge your magic as well. Like I was saying, this game is full of jokes. It is. I've seen some people run through it a bit ago. You can pretty much create your own story here, I think. So it's really good. Where would you like to go? I cross the brook. The area is surrounded by cliffs like an antechamber in a palace. The meadow here is modest, but still lengthy enough for Reginald to enjoy it. You count the tree stumps and books, then realize that the lee is but a dead shell of a lush corpse, a clearing left behind by the settlers. A single shrub is still alive, too weak to withstand the sun and wind all by itself. You think of the roots spreading beneath your boots, now dead and rotten. I go to the shore in the west. The stones... Ooh, I found an ocean necklace. The stones here, almost as huge as a building, both on land and in the water. You can only guess how much space they occupy beneath the surface. You inspect the dead tree growing by the brook and find an old amulet amongst its roots. It's made from a leather strap, now covered in mold, and a long cream-coloured seashell, and a few thinned round flakes, most likely made of a sea monster's tooth. You try to wash it, but to no avail. I shove it into the sack. Where would you like to go? I go north to the shore. The further north you go, the more the grass gets replaced by sand. You walk by dozens of rocks, many of which are larger than you, or even 2 or 3 people standing on top of each other. The rocks reach from this point to the distance. Steep cliff is just like me. One could bring here a treasure, bury it under any of these silent sentinels, then never find it again. It'll be carried off into the ocean. That's what happens to everything. Return to the gate. Where would you like to go? Let's enter it. I'll first save. Let me save. The roaring ocean overwhelms the whimper of soggy, broken beams. The hut would take a lot of work, but not beyond restoration. especially the one in the center, whose simpler roof has managed to protect its walls, but its open entry you spot a bucket of water, as well as boot prints. Anyone here? I don't want to hurt you. After a few breaths, a tall, slim woman. There's not multiple, there's one of them. Woman steps onto the threshold. Her string longbow is resting against her hip, and she spots the arrow quiver sticking out of the quiver. She's standing sideways to you, ready to take a shooting stance. This, combined with her raised chin, gives her a proud, confident look. If she's a traveler, it's unusual that she's carrying no major scars, bruises, or wounds. She's tanned with flaxed, curly hair that is too short to reach her shoulders. It's disorderly and of uneven length. Most likely cut with a dagger. Her upper lip is unusually large. Okay, interesting fact. A thief, runaway slave. She looks like a big game huntress. Her worn, baggy tunic has no sleeves. Her legs are uncovered, showing how impractically clean her skin is. She observes you keenly, but her spark and curious hazes carry no anger. I raise my hand. I yield. Keep the blood away. I'm in no mood for bloodshed. Bow away. I don't expect to find somebody in these ruins. Hope you're not looking for a target practice. She takes a deep breath and bites her lower lip, then looks at Reginald. I need no toys to play with. I've hunting to do anyways. People of Howler's Den wanted me to check up on this place amongst them. Is this your necklace? She doesn't reach for it and instead lowers her head to your open palm. Nah, it's ugly. You found it here. Must be old from before my time. I'm Rin the RoadWarden. She clicks her tongue and looks away, observing the sand dancing in the wind. So there's a new one already. Pause. But there's not much for you to find here, and no ghosts here. People of Hallisdale want me to check up on this place. Belongs to them. No, let's not interest one another. What does Cyrus want? Coming from her mouth, the mare's name is like a toothache. Why do you think it's her? Everyone else has given up on this place. She only brings it up. If your horse is here, somebody helped you with the rocks, and no farmer would come here without an order. She wanted me to take a look, see if there are any monsters here. Blood on all of it. She looks at the gate, lets out a huff, then straightens up and meets your eyes. She must not know what you've seen. She points at you with the tip of a bow. Don't tell her I'm here, or better yet, don't tell her this place is still standing. You're her daughter, the one that was... Oh yeah, I guessed that already. Aye, that's Mom's story. Not that I need it to stay it this way. And I need it to stay this way. Astrid helped me, Mom. Tears well up in her eyes, and her brown cheeks blush. Her voice is filled with spite. Tharis takes whatever fits in her talons. She was pushing me into a marriage out of spite, to punish me. But I would not be chained, not by her, not by others. I am a master of the bow, the hunt, and spells of mine. I'll come back as my own soul, as Agria, the archeress, not a mare's daughter. And she'll have no power over me. Why do you want the... What do you have against Thalis? She pulls the string on her bow. I'm not a bar. The words escape me. Not Mom Pain shall die within me, but Elfris, a forest speaker, also knows the real mare. She wants others to see her as strong at all costs. She swings a bow like a staff, ready above the ground as if to hit an invisible leg. She'll push those who stand against her, and I did the worst crime of all of them. She makes a dramatic pause. I doubted her. Why do you want the villagers to stay away? She puts her hand on the tip of her bow and starts to strike it with her fingers. I hope howlers will prosper. I do. But they already have more than they can eat. I'll meet with the forest speakers after the first thorn in snow, then show them I can handle this place. I'll be its guardian, live here with my friends. And not the mare's eyes. She steps closer towards you and the corner of her eyes turn red. I need it. More than they need some fish. You assume a lot. I don't know if she controls the village. Don't eat fish, they are mostly plastic. Noted. Thank you, Wade. I guess I just have a dirty mind. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, Wade, unfortunately. You'll have to go ask somebody else. The ocean, the ultimate dust. Oh my word. Okay. We're not going to go dump anything in the ocean. And if anything would be the ultimate dumpster, it'd probably be out in space. You have no clue how many spaceships people have left up there. It is very not amusing. The druids don't control, she does. She controls what my neighbors let her control. Not only because she's good at hiding from them what they do not want to see, but let her fail, she smiles. Let the others hear that their good old fishing spot has turned into ruins. Once I'm back, this moment of weakness will just make the difference. What's in it for me? She chews on her lower lip and straightens up. A favor for a favor. She looks you in your eyes. Keep my secret, not one day. I'll help you back. In the wilderness, my talents are one of the greatest. She raises her bow slightly. Once that has always been able to stay alive, all by myself for half a year. Okay, so I can help her, or I can help the mayor. I don't know. I was not expecting this. You don't have the right to hinder the well-being of the entire village. They've got everything they need. The harvest, the malfray, the wild game. And they do not protect me from Tharis. But I do not hate them for it, you see. She is cruel. What I take is what I deserve after this silence. Ready to give you your answer. There's a lot of space junk. There is. Is there wendigos with red eyes? I'm not sure. I don't think so, unfortunately. I know some rabbits can have red eyes, but not wendigos. And we watch it all, but do not go clean it up. Yeah. That is true. I'll cover for you. I trust you. You put in the time. You have to good use. I'll cover for you, but only until spring. You can't take this place away from Howler's Dell. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath, starting to scratch her arms and back. As well as walking about, you can see the tension leaving her shell with every step. Fair. More than fair, thank you. Tears well up in her eyes, but her voice stays strong. I'd hug you, but you must forgive me. She grasps the strap of her rag as if it's meant to explain everything, so she says she's too dirty. RoadWarden asks you to give her a few minutes and you return to Reginald. Once she returns, her hair is combed and she is wearing a brand-lined tunic, slightly darker than her skin, with a red trim on its neck and sleeves, long enough to reach her knees, as it is good as a relic of Faris luxuries. How did you manage to survive for so long all by yourself? 'Tis not so hard. It will change now, with the road cleared for large beasts. She bites her lower lip. I eat birds, some green leaves from the top of the cliffs to keep my hair strong. She touches it with an open palm. And I learned how to catch small fish from the stream. The nights are much better than in the woods, I admit, if not for Ma's bell. The monsters would have gotten through many times. The door is not enough. My smell is around, you see. They know I'm but food. You're a spellcaster, you ask? She playfully touches her cane with the tip of her tongue. I have many talents. Pray to and learn more about them. Show her the arrow. Could you tell me anything about this? Ah, my expertise is required. Her smile turns into a chuckle. But let me see. She returns it to you after a few moments. Is not thing special. Where'd you find it? Isn't exactly usual on a hunt, was it? On the side of the road. What makes you say that? People from Gal Rocks make those. Orange and black, you see. She points at the fletching. Colours for combat. Human arrows, as I was told. 'Tis a spell of theirs. Brown feathers are for deer, green and orange are for goblins, and so on. Spell, you say. Does it work? She gives the arrow back. How could one tell? They say it works. Maybe a ritual of something, like a secret. A Fletcher may know it. I don't know if I know any Fletchers. Maybe there's somewhere in the world. I mean, aren't you one? Have you ever been to the heart of the woods? No. We do not hunt for beasts beyond the nearest hill and ponds. If I were to enter the deepest roads, I'd have some long preparations to do. Good gabison, sharp blade, healthy shell, food in my belly and in my sack. She glances at Reginald, so can't stop her chuckles. And I take somebody with me. A group of someones. But you already have all the help you need, I see. Oh, she's jealous of Reginald. Reginald. She is jealous of the horse. Everything's fine. Thank you for the likes, by the way, guys. So, just reloading something. Tell me about Ariston. She touches her lip with the tip of her bow. Well, we do not know where he is. Spent little time with him. He was a stranger with a pure heart, like made of iron. She glances at you. He does not talk much. Must be one thing, eh? No, I will not stay around, he says. She tries awkwardly to imitate a man's voice. I ride east next. East, I ask, to Howler's. Further, he says. To the Enchantress, maybe. Even further than that. His own words. She looks at you triumphantly. What? Ah, he means the tribe of the Green Mountains. Oh, interesting. Oh, there's a hidden village. I'm sure that's where they live, away from any roads. Not sure how to find them. Maybe one of the forest speakers could guide you. Interesting. Is it safe to rest here during the night? She points her bow at the broken wall. I do not know. You can tell me. I'm not sharing my shelter with you. Your horse will not fit through the door anyway. Back to Howler's. It's time for me to leave. Safe travels, she says with a smile, pats you powerfully on the neck, and you leave the harbour. Nice. You walk by a small garden that carries a few bean plants and not many weeds. You leave Reginald behind and take a walk on the wooden logs of a massive bridge. They're not in much better shape than any other structures around here, and the boat is almost new, still shining proudly from varnish. Look around at the nearby buildings. While restoring all the structures to their former functionality would be rough, there'd be a lot of work to do. The mayor would be pleased. So we go lie to her again. Wish me luck. Wish me so much luck. We have to go lie to this lady again. So I'm pretty sure we're going to Gal Rocks as well. That's 3 hours. How long do we have left? We have 5. Let's travel to the Pelt to the north. And then we'll pick up some supplies from him. Enter the inn. Go to the innkeeper. Show me your wares. You can buy more tomorrow. Great. That's fine. I go outside then. Let's travel. 1 hour, 2 hours. How much time do I have left? 2 hours, 30 minutes. Let's go to Hallersdale. Head to the stables. And then, too late to ask for work, go to the druids actually. The building hasn't changed much. Helps arrives from around the corner. I lower my voice. I met with the archeress. She says you don't think much. She responds to your brief tale. You can't tell if her whisper is filled with repair or appreciation. It's not fit for me to put one soul above another. It's true, the man pushes the village into a time of struggle, but not because of a bad will. That's what she was taught, and not what saves her from her past. And what saves her from her past. She pursues power, and there's weakness in that. I do think she needs to change for everybody's sake, but enough of us struggle to bloom, not just her. Her blue eyes resemble flickering things. Farewell. I go to the main square. Look for the mayor. Let's see. It is midnight now. Why are pants on fire? Wait. I'm doing it for a good cause. I don't like this mount anyway. Who couldn't be jealous of Reggie? Stay hydrated, Fox. I mean, you mount Reginald regularly. Okay. I have a coffee with me. I grabbed the necklace. Found this at the hamlet. Have you ever seen such a trinket? She reaches for it but doesn't touch it. In her green eyes, just disgust. Let me think, she mumbles. No, I can't say I have. A little thing, but tells me nothing. Can I do the rod? About that bronze rod. My neighbours have some kind words to say about you. They won't oppose a piece of bronze. You have my permission to put it on whichever tower you like. Thanks. Can you give us a moment? As you frown, a muscular man, crudely dressed woman approaches the table, asking Tharos for directions. Something about moist logs and breaking boards. Stop paying attention quickly and wonder why the mayor insists on holding these outdoor meetings. She's so busy, she needs to be constantly available to others. I am neither a threat nor important enough to be worthy of her exclusive time. It's all a theatre. She wants so much how she cares about others. It would be inappropriate for a married person to spend so much. She's married, yeah. I forgot about that. I feel like it is all a play. Like, she does play with others. Great job, she sends off the workers with an encouraging smile. Even though when her eyes meet yours, it shifts into a challenging smirk. Well, can you tell me about the tribe of the Green Mountains? She opens her mouth, but needs a few breaths to respond. I compliment you for finding out about their existence at all. She rubs the back of her neck. I can't tell you much about them, to be honest. I wouldn't be allowed to, even if I wanted to. Ma, hearing the call of a little girl. Talos flinches. It turns out the child is demanding a change of shirt. She points at a large stain on her stomach. What happened here? The mayor asks as she turns away from you to help the girl change, but doesn't wait for her response. I haven't spoken with the tribe in 10 years or so. As a child, I was told the one should never seek their home. She takes a look at her daughter. The new shirt is as worn and dull as the old one. It's an old garment for adults. On her small frame, it looks like a baggy tunic. Very nice. Go play. She concludes abruptly and looks back at you, sighing with annoyance. My sister used to brag that she saw them once in the woods during their hunt, and that they were wearing the faces of animals like the beast folk. She tried to make a mask of her own, but the druids told her to stop fooling around. Kids are liars, my father said. She puts at a quiet titter. Could I ask her a couple of questions? I'm afraid she's with the forest now. A bolt of lightning hit her. Right in the head. Sorry to hear that. Alex shows up with a plate of red radishes, salted, roasted, and cut into slices. He invites you both to help yourselves, but before he leaves, Tharos grabs his hand, looks into his eyes. They smile at each other without a word. After a few heartbeats, she turns towards you. I don't really know their plans, Rin. Are you planning to stay in the north? Maybe find a family? I don't like this town. Thank you, folks. I'm here all week. Please try the roasted beef. Oh, wait. Already have a family. I'm not looking for a new place. I just want to travel. You don't need to know. I'm not looking for a new place. I just want to travel. Living life to its fullest, eh? The innkeeper smiles and his wife chuckles. That's not for me. I never understand the wandering souls, unless they hope to find a goal. Actress pats her shoulders. She always knows what to pursue. Her heart is too strong to doubt. You are my heart. She holds in her laughter as she kisses his hands. I didn't know these two were married. The man gives you a radiant smile, then walks back to the inn. I didn't know you guys were married. I feel like I've missed that. I feel like I've just missed that entire thing. Bring you news about the fishing. I've been to the hamlet. She puts on a wide, exaggerated smile. You notice a few more wrinkles around her eyes. According to your tale, it's empty. You describe the rotted corpse's harpy's nest and the collapsed ground. Falsa's eyes lose their spark, but she keeps her composure. Even asks for more details. After you finish, she leans forward, rests her cheeks on her hands. You don't even notice there was a pouch in her hands, where the pouch in her hand came from. Well, at least the harpies left your eyes alone. Did they bother you? She slowly counts down 3 dragon bones, placing them on the table loudly. Nod, you wouldn't believe the scent of their blood. She adds another 3 bones. I hear you. No trophies from those freaks. Here's your compensation. She observes her pale fingers without a word, then asks you to give her a moment. After she returns from the inn, her lips are covered with a new layer of rouge, darker than usual. One of her sons carries a large bag made of leather and asks you to peek inside. You find a sheet of parchment rolled into 2 wooden handles. The scroll is new, heavy, tied with a lined silk cord, sealed with a wax. You've proven yourself trustworthy, both to me and to my neighbours, says the mayor. Take this letter to the masters of the guild. May the negotiations begin. With a smile, she reaches out her hand. I shake it with my pleasure. Fantastic, she says with a radiant smile. Her hand is so soft that it's that of a wealthy merchant. Do you need anything else? Do you still need my assistance, or are you good? She licks her lips. Let me think about it, would you? In the meantime, you could bring me some delicious rumours. No thanks. I need to sleep, don't I? No. Oh, yes, I do. It's nighttime. I do need to sleep. I'm hungry. Why am I hungry? Fine, sleep in a room. You think of the people you've encountered and what you've done for them. You picture the rugged roads and their monsters, claws hidden in all the places where you can't be at once. Humans torn limb by limb, burnt villages, poisoned wells, and cut throats. You keep waking up, not sure if these thoughts are a dream, a memory, or a vision. You stand up, walking around, breathing slowly and deeply. Your stomach rises and falls. I focus on the moment. You came here to help people, change their lives for the better, heal the land, but after many struggles and sacrifice, this place is almost the same. You think of the past days and find both the light of your deeds and the gloom of the things that are out of your reach. You can save some people, but not the entire realm. You've done so much, but you're small and alone. I reject this short thought. I need to be stronger. People need me. I'm going to help them no matter the cost. I may not be all powerful. I do as much as I can. I need to accept my limitations. Well, I did die like once. Oh, your max viability grows from 4 to 5 now. Complete the personal goal of the journey. Wait, what? I help many people and change things about the North for the better. Okay, I just completed my personal goal. Let's go. This thought is not easy for you. But once you fully shape it into a word, a sudden wave of tiredness hits your shell. Some sort of tension has left your shell, your soul. I don't like it when they switch both of those. You could give yourself a break, you hear, or maybe say, you lie down, return to sleep. The rain hits again, hitting the ground, interrupting your sleep. Another day of muddy roads. You spend the night in peace, clean bed. Somebody's given me oats with honey and nuts for breakfast. Reginald has already been brushed and washed. Reginald has had a bath and they've been brushed. I leave the square. Since they've allowed me to do so, it should be done in about half an hour. Approach, there's a teenage girl crouching at a bank, washing laundry. With a smile, she offers to help hold the rope ladder for you. I accept. She puts on her sandals and approaches the ladder. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. She keeps it still as you climb to the top. Even when the wind gets strong, you feel in control. Oh dear, what was that? It takes you a fair bit of time, but with a couple of cords, you attach the rod to the outer walls. You make sure that even a strong push won't make it fall down. Once you touch the ground, the girl doesn't walk up to you, but tries to make eye contact. There's a nice view from there, eh? Young kids, this tall, she holds her hand near her waist, always climb up there when no soul is looking. Her smile connects with her bored, different eyes. Some chit-chat won't hurt me. She craves any tale from the outside world. You tell her about Reginald and the hardships of your travels. Or she tells you about her magical talents. She can make water clean, and hopes to put it to use once she gets more experience with it. I do not get all the power-hungry sorcerers, you know, but one could throw fire from their hands while another spoons to get it clean. She mentions a strict rigor followed by the local druids. They take on the responsibility of teaching new generations how to live side by side with the woods. Because of this, they're like our parents. You see, with their own rules and tasks, but aren't so cocky if we speak to them humbly. Like their own kids. It may be weird for an outsider, she says with a smile, but they are not some mages of right, but are forest speakers. Soon after that, she bids you farewell and, stretching out her arms and back, returns to the wet clothes. I also walk away. That's nice. If I offer my services, I get paid for 3 now. Clean the paths. Don't need any money. So journal. I still can't ask about the... Oh. I still can't ask about that. I don't know why. We need to go find the travel. We need to go find the grappling hook. We're gonna go to Gal Rocks. In the muddy rain and everything. Oh dear, you've got a bunch of stuff. Let me grab that. Please try the roast beef. Wow. Could I put a rig on that? I do love triangles. Interesting. Seems to be the way things go. I'm also happy for Reginald. That's good. I'm glad you're happy for Reginald. Read comments from the top to the bottom, not the other way. That's why it gets wrong. Don't worry, I'm reading from the top, Wade. I read from where I left off, in case you guys are talking about anything that needs explanation. So don't worry, I don't read from the bottom, I read from the top. So you're all good there. You do love triangles, you like drama, I think. Wade, you're a very you're very not theoretical, you're a very theatre person. You like drama. I have a feeling you like it. Let's go to the armorer, see if you guys have it. I'm looking for new equipment. You have the shield. Okay, you don't have it. I step away. Taylor the digger, do you have it? She wants me to open up the tunnel. Farewell. There's no fishes in sight. Trader. Ah, found a trader. A young carrier chuckles. What do you want to buy? Without a wagon and donkeys, we sell barrels of fish, stacks of salt. When the caravan comes, we empty a warehouse and fill it up again with food. When you ask her if she's sure there's nothing useful that a lone traveller could get in such a big village, she seems a bit embarrassed. Well, we have a blacksmith, but he doesn't sell any blades to outsiders. Maybe the tailor. I looked for someone else. That's enough now. Okay, tailor. You enter the dark cavern and Raphael welcomes you with a nod. Is everything fine? I have this necklace with me. You show her the straps that's holding a bunch of flakes and a shell. She gives it a glance, then gives it back. So old. The ones I now make are elegant. Hello, Galia. Oh, I can give her a new one, but next time she speaks with a head woman without visiting me, I'll knock her teeth out. Be sure she knows that. So it's Galia's necklace. What can you do for me? Oh, we do need this repaired. Okay, so no. Thanks, I head outside. Interesting. Can we travel to the where is this grappling hook? Where? Where's the grappling hook? Oh, it's from the caretaker, okay. The caretaker has it. The old guy who lives on the peak. He's definitely not crazy. You're not gay? Sorry, did I say that word? Didn't mean to. Sorry if I said it. Travel, let's go to Foggy. And we can sleep here. Sleep in the attic. Get some magic about. But I am drama. I'm obsessively dramatic. I'm too much for most. You're all good, Wade. The shivers wake you up. Foggy is standing by the open door, letting the dense fog in. With her back lit by a lantern, while she breathes slowly, her eyes are keenly observing the area. And after you focus, you hear the distant shouts. I allow the fog to touch my magicka and refill it. Oh. You don't have it, do you? Well, I could buy his cloak now. Time for me to go. I travel. Apparently Rachel is drinking. So I go to this guy. Apparently my grappling hook that I need, buddy. Need the grappling hook back. A white and brown hawk is sitting in the middle of the path, tearing away flesh off its furry prey. Once it realizes you're riding straight at it, it takes to the air, leaving it with its meal, not even sparing you a glance. Tharius is sitting on a bench, observing your arrival as he grinds something in the mortar. Once you greet him, he leaves his tools behind and moves the edge. The creepers idly hang from his arms, pushing the ground. Are you telling me you're wandering the bogs because you wanted to do so? I found the grappling hook. Ta-da! We have the grappling hook. We have achieved our greatest goal. I'm gonna ask him that. He sits down on the bench. Do I care who makes me leave the walls? Otius doesn't want me there, but I don't want to stay, but to stop him now, you'd need a band. I'll tear off your head sooner than bring a threat to my tribe. You reach your blade, but the creepers remain idle. You're stepping into a treacherous branch. Seeing your frown, he continues. Their grass gets tighter the more you move, you know. Forget it. You waved it off. Why do you care about any of that? Let my people choose their path. Come on, you just know as well as I do this is wrong. He huffs. I have nothing, people. They do what they feel like. And your wits are that shallow. What I want is my tribe's safety. An undead's dangerous. This is why I argued with him. Bah. This means not a thing to him, he scoffs at you. What's your plan once you get him? I want to learn what pushes him to do all that. He must have his reasons. He freezes, as he barely understands what you mean. Huh? This might be a good first step, but he needs some pursuing, and it wouldn't be easy to... as you think. He gives you a warm look and then stands slowly looking at the clouds. All I can do is find a way to let you into his house. You'll have one chance. If you convince me you can be trusted. I pat my bundles. Is there anything that could convince you? He licks his lips, then looks away. I'd rather not look. We'll return to this later. Okay, let's travel. We're going to the heart of the forest, Wade. We're gonna die. We're going to the heart of the forest again. The long shadow cast by the cranes protects you from the sun. Quintus is leaning on the wall, looking around. Salutations, Warden, what brings you here? I'd like to open the gate. Are you really sure? Oh, I do. I want to enter the forest. You lift the bar on your side of the gate and wait for Quintus. You hear him pushing his feet to the wall as he climbs down with the help of his rope. Getting on the ground swiftly, he gives you a serious look from the open gate. Stay safe. I return to the cavern. Fox, are you trying different voices? I am indeed. Though it's a bit hard. And I'll probably forget them next time I try and do them again. We will die together. Oh no. You need to stay alive, Wade. Please stay alive. Okay. You approach the monkey's territory. While the dwellers still grunt and shout at you, you don't see any flying sticks or acorns. I endure it and ride forward. You shield yourself with your cloak, but the missiles are not as bothersome as they used to be, though your frustrated palfrey might disagree. A couple of beasts get in front of you, mocking you with their screams, but whenever you raise your hand, they run away. Some of the monkeys follow you, swinging between the trees, even they limit themselves to angry shouts. At least I don't have to clean my stuff again. I'm hungry. I don't have any food. I'm like hungry. I'm starving over here. The distant roars get louder as you ride forward, and is quickly followed by unctuous shouting of runners. You notice the sound of breaking branches and a powerful paw trampling the soil, the shouts of anger and fear. Not my problem. I head forward. We're not gonna go chase after another voice. A couple of slugs are crawling up and down the ravine, now aware of the rocks that's circling around the meadow. Which direction was it? I dismount and follow the tracks. Soon after the path is widened, you notice a large shell, larger than your own torso. Its 8 legs are as long as you are. It's a spider. It's a spider. I examine the spider from a safe distance. Web? There's no web in sight. You're not sure how the spider manages to cling to the tree. I look for something else. You seek any signs of corpse, cocoons, abandoned bones, but you see nothing as strong. I'm pretty sure it's dead. You step forward, picking up a long branch resting at the side of the trail. Once you tap the stomach, you let out a relieved sigh. You observe the spider's dried out shell. In such a humid place, you'd expect it to rot. Reginald pulls the lead, begging to turn around. I comfort it with the sound of my voice. We're gonna have a spider chasing us. No, we're not. Okay, never mind. Spider was fake. The spider was a fake spider. The path is beaten, yet your mount has stepped over branches, large rocks, and even animal bones. While the trees aren't pruned, they grow sparsely enough for you to have a good view of your surroundings. A pile of rotten logs, the remains of food, and even broken wagon, resting at the feet of the creek. You look up. Walls have a massive gap in it, which now serves as a vantage point. For a person, you clearly can't see clearly. They're holding an arrow on a string bow. While they aren't aiming at you, they have enough time to shoot before you get off the saddle. You, on a horse, the muscular voice announces loudly, then stares at you. Thought a mad deer was running, I did. Almost shot it in the nose. Another pause. Who? I shout back, Ren, RoadWarden. The archer crouches as if he's watching you from 2 feet closer. Oh my word. 2 feet is going to make a difference. He shouts, but more so towards somebody behind the wall. Wait, another RoadWarden? Are you all a family of suicidals or something? Heads up, I've got my eyes on you, I do. The hamlet could be a generation old, and while the freshly beaten paths, sparred trash, and newly fallen trees, gathered rocks make it clear that the dwellers are still altering their surroundings. The woods around you are filled with wildlife, crowding in the trees, crowns, grasses, and trunks. A boar flees up the path, keeping its eyes on you as it runs, draggling and drinking from the pond you just rode by. There are a few people gathered at the gate, and more of them approaching you from behind. You count 8 of them in total, with only one female face among them. All are young, although younger than 40. Everybody's young. With weapons at their sides in their hands, simple flats, two-handed axes, long hafts, maces, spears, throwing clubs. Equipment so heavy and wieldy that you can't be sure if it's meant to threaten you, or just to get through the skins of nearby monsters, if necessary. Some of those who came through the open gate have bared chests, displaying their scars and bandages, but the others are wearing heavy jackets, look nothing like pure farmers seeking shelter for the night. They observe your mount in silence, together with curious rooks sitting on the top of the wall. I don't do that. I don't do the top one, that's stupid. I get down slowly and then lift my open hand. Good idea. I just surrender and say I don't want to fight you. One vote yes. No. No. I'm not doing that. No. Wait, I'm not gonna do that. One of the strangers nods approval, while another gestures for you to step away from your mount. Make sure you're not hiding anything. Alright. Leave here, every blade. Tie the beast somewhere. He points his hand behind him, leading your eyes to a loose stake of the walls. Galley is on our way, he adds, matter-of-factly, as if to a regular waiting for an alehouse keeper. You follow his command, waiting for the dwellers in silence. From afar you hear heavy footfalls of the person who joins you soon after. Her massive winter boots are made of leather that can still remember the garnet dyes of the past, and have wide, firm heels. She was the one who left the heel marks. The bronze of the decorated buckles is polished without a hint of green. Her emerald eyes are running over her mount and equipment. Running over your mount and equipment, reaching your face lastly with a little curiosity. She's broad-shouldered with a muscular figure. A round face, her long, shiny mail rests on a green elkine. Making noises with every movement of her arm, she's not a good snake. Her right arm is tapping the hilt of a sickle sword. A broad blade meant for chopping not just flesh but also twigs, sheathed at her side. I've seen one of those before. The sharp, dark hair of a fighter is carefully cut, and her skin is healthily tanned. A lot of reading. It takes another few breaths for you to notice the other side of her appearance. Why, she's wider than anyone in sight. She's more than a head shorter than you. Okay. Even though she's wearing heels, she's still shorter than me. That's great. That means she's even shorter without them. You spot the grey strands of hair and wrinkles, cut by scars on her cheek and lip. Her hand is missing a thumb. Oh dear. Explaining the blade is on her right side, and an old bruise surrounding her left eye hinders her from fully opening it. So it's difficult for you to match her glares. She's just acting tough. She must be quite a farmer. Sorry, fighter, not farmer. I have found the bandits' camp. Everything's right with the world. She plays softball. Maybe. Please don't cover me. No, wait, I won't. I just also won't do that. I will not get the spider thingy. In college, she played softball? Interesting. I don't know if she's been to college. I don't think they even have schools around here. A pale fray this time. Her voice is confident, matches her straightened posture. She reaches for the bottom of Reginald's neck, slowly allowing it to accept the touch after a moment of hesitation. It's more of running than combat, I believe. Lizards are dangerous but slower, without much stamina. You look for a reason why she would lecture you about your own trade, then notice the curiosity of her band, listening to every word. It may be the first horse they've ever seen. Stranger, she looks at you and steps back. I heard about your arrival on the peninsula. I didn't expect we'd see you at our doorstep. We don't have much to discuss. Tell me why you aren't stupid enough to provoke my hands. I'm surprised to see you. You've opened to having a talk with a RoadWarden. Life gets funny sometimes. Friendly. I've no reason why we can't have a friendly conversation. I have a few questions for you. Can't be provoked. Cut down. Let's talk. Trust me, I'm far from being a friend. Surprised to see you're open to having a talk with a RoadWarden. Life gets funny sometimes. No, it's a smart risk for you to take, but very well. She pauses. For all I know, you're yet another city spy, but I'd rather make sure you won't hinder our work. She pauses, then invites you to follow her with a nod. Let's take a stroll. I am not missing a chance to enjoy the rest of the summer. She heads north, and before you decide what to do next, you hear a simple command from the man behind you. Walk. Judging by the way he holds his bear, you have no real choice. I guess I go north then. Nice, I got a little dock. The now neglected path leads to a pond, through the rocks sticking out of the ground, fallen branches and the rotten decks covering a wide puddle. There are some signs of repairs made on the bridge for fishers, but there are also some broken logs and a boat with a large hole in its hull. Kalia and two of her guards walk with you in silence, surrounded by the screeching beasts around you and above you. She takes leisurely strides as you step onto the bridge. Looking across the pond, you can see that the woods surrounding it from all sides. Like the walls of a dungeon chamber with green and grey lizards basking both on the banks and in the shallow waters. The frogs, flies and blackbirds shatter any grimace of peace. The woods beneath you is slippery. Whenever the woman makes a sudden movement, you flinch, preparing your shell to push her away. Okay. I don't have any doubts, she says calmly, looking in the distance. I have little trust to offer you, and even less patience. It's better that we meet this way instead of on the road. She looks towards you and moves her hand behind her back. But if you have no good reason to talk to me, you can scurry right away. This land needs no soldiers, RoadWardens, or chiefly no city folk. How do I know if I have a good reason? You've been heard. I could use your knowledge to help people. You've been heard. We'll see about that. I'll judge your deeds, not your words. Without another word, she leads you back. Then through the gate, the old rotting roof of the only building is starting to bend under its own weight, but its condition is only slightly worse than that of the area around it. Broken tools, soggy planks, logs, and the broken fence of an animal pen. Waist-high net leaves nestled on every branch of the ground that has not been beaten down by boots. The hamlet smells of... Yea, the screeching of birds isn't as overwhelming here, but unlikely in other settlements. There's hardly any labour to fill the emptiness. The bandits either follow you or sit idly. There's a fire gathered by the walls, and you see somebody eating a piece of cold roasted meat. Yum. But it seems like no one else is eager to grab a hammer, needle, or crafting knife. Galia doesn't stop, making you follow her around the long shelter. She keeps her eyes straight ahead, not commenting on anything you walk by. With every step, her mail jiggles slightly, breaking the silence. Your eyes either wander around or stare at the back of her head. I'm staring at the back of her head a lot, I think. I reached for the pouch with the necklace. This belonged to you? Hearing you reach for something, she leaps away, turning towards you rapidly, but seeing the trinket, she stands still with an open mouth. After a few heartbeats, she clears her throat and reaches towards you with an open, four-fingered palm. So it is, stranger, but I ain't one to keep around sentimental rubbish. She glances at her boots. Cheers, I guess. I smile and toss it to her. No. I smile and toss it to her. Also, Rafa will make you a new one next time you get home, and she'll knock your teeth out. She observes the necklace in silence, then glances at the nestle, as if it should find its rest of it. Finally, she puts it in a sack at her side, and her mouth is torn between a smile and remaining tight-lipped. I'm not sure I like your nosiness. She speaks slowly, but I admit I'd like to see Rafa kick in those fancy tongs of hers. Her steps seem tighter than usual. I found an abandoned cart on the eastern trail. She keeps her pace, forcing you to stare at her hair. I'm staring at the back of her head, this is fine. And then steps outside the gate, looks around. And you dropped this arrow there. She freezes, then turns around too quickly for you to notice how it ends up in her hand. Your fingers are aching for the next few minutes. Cheers for returning it to me. She scoffs at you and throws the arrow to one of the guards. I ain't going to explain myself to you. We need tools and wares to sell, so we took them. Merchants are back in their homes, with their skins untouched and tongs on their backs. They know the risk and they took it. You flinch when she reaches for your shoulders, but someone is already behind you, keeping you in our range. Everybody is touching. I don't think anybody's gonna stop me. Oh my word. We like the slight jiggle. You like the slight jiggle. You like it. You recognize me from the back of my head. Maybe. This game is good. Her hand is strong and squeezes your flesh. Do we have a problem here? I clear my throat, no problem. I clear my throat, no problem here. She scoffs at your weak voice and pushes you away. You stumble, but stay on your feet. So I thought. She adjusts her mail and swags away. Then pauses to let you keep up with her. What else? Do you need any assistance? She stops in place and glances at the soggy bench. Both of you sit down. Okay, nice. But your eyes don't meet. Instead, you observe the dark birds that are pushing and pecking each other over old gruel spread amongst. And why would a RoadWarden want to help me? To avoid harm, to be rewarded. We're all friends, aren't we? She takes a few heartbeats to respond. Not what I know. What I have is a family. She glances at the men who observe you from a distance. And I trust them more than I would any stranger. She leans back and looks at the clouds. But you can do some small things for me, not for free. One of my lads has abandoned his post, has taken something very valuable to me. He wants to start a new life, and so he won't use his name, but you'll recognize him. Speak like someone from my village, he does. While her tone is sarcastic, her eyes remain serious. Young, strong, with a pretty face, blue eyes, a beating club. Shaven often, the last tong he had on his back was a black gabison. He's at the pelt of the north. Matches his short hair, but if he has any wits, he's sold it somewhere already. When she crosses one leg with the other, her mail clinks so loudly it makes you flinch. She reaches her boot, adjusting it with her broad finger. He doesn't want to be found, but he may need a RoadWarden's help. If so, merely tell me where he's hiding. I will find him already. Alright, she straightens up and raises to her feet as if the conversation has reached a conclusion. I'll drop you a few coins for the trouble. 4 maybe. Or I can give you a handful of arrows for a crossbow. I don't really need them. I found him! Last time I saw him, he was in the pelt. She steps forward towards you and pats your shoulder a little too roughly. The smirk is brief but telling. Alright. May have still time to get him. What do you want? Take the dragon bones. Don't make us wait, she orders a guard who heads to the building entry. For the next minute or two, you wander forward, and even after the coin enters your hand, Galia says nothing. Her steps are light, not as loud. You pretty much gave that guy away. He's like, I didn't know, but there we go. I don't want to make her an enemy, I want to find out what's going on. You made Lace and quite worried about your recent moves. She slows down. The two of you approach, we're walking again. The two of you approach an old animal pen. But right now it's inhabited only by rocks and worms. She leans against the soggy fence, which murmurs in protest. Her emerald eyes don't hide her surprise, and perfectly imitated. I suppose I should have expected Larison's boar's eyes on me. What else would he want you? What does he want you to get from me exactly? To learn what you're trying to achieve. Are you planning to attack his hunters? It could make her laugh or make her hate me. I see nothing surprising in keepers worrying about bandits. It takes her unusually long to answer. Alright, tell him this. Stranger, don't sweat. The right leads my blade in my dreams against the necromancers of the White Marshes. Also, a bed within it. Why do you target the White Marshes? And you don't? She turns just her head, giving you an annoyance glare. What good is a RoadWarden if there are any armies of walking shells right underneath their nose? Let me understand the situation better so I can do something about it. The brow over a healthy eye furrows with a frown. Are you that blind? There are necromancers in our land. What else is there to tell? These spells have been forbidden since the day before the 10 cities. The way the settlements are looking away, their laziness, her tone is full of disgust. They separate themselves from rights written on our souls by the rights. It lets the beast devour the last shed of what we are, humans. What we as humans deserve. She ambles forward without looking at you. I have nothing to gain from telling you some stories. Fight for what's right or fall with the others. Sounds willing to talk to me. You might want to stay away from old Pagus who's struggling with a plague. She glances at you with an unmarked eyebrows, making the difference between the sides of her eye even more jarring. You think I don't know what's happening in my land? I don't need your rumors. What can you tell me about the undead in the north? Her armor clinks so loudly that the nearby rough Tuckle's rook fluffs its wings, dashing to the walls. They are around. She meets your eyes, tapping the hilt of her sword. Why do you ask? They need to be dealt with, of course. She stares at you, then nods vigorously and turns away, carrying on with her walk. You got a clear eye. There are some undead in the darkest, thickets, caves, and they aren't anything more than a gentle rash on a shell filled with poison. White marshes, with their dark arts and crazy warlocks, are the real danger, and a part of our work is taking any bones we can get away from them. You ask her to say something more and she slows down. They aren't merely using their own dead outsider. They seek the shells in the woods, they scrounge for them. Like, she waves at one of the rooks, which opens its mouth in objection. Shame on the villagers that let them do so. May the right drown them all. So the white marshes are pretty much raiding the cemeteries of all the other villagers and taking their dead. That's lovely. Nice, Wendigos. Remind me how to... Sorry, your message has been blocked. Remind me how to spell your monster. What else do you want me to do? Okay, I gotta spy on the white marshes. She glances at you for sit down on the bench again. Though its age marks will make it look like a rotted log. A rotted log that is now soggy as well. With hands on her side, she looks across the hamlet. This will be easier for you, though it will take you into a feeble place. There's cowards from the white marshes. Won't let us in. Not that I blame them. They may welcome you if you have any charm at all. I'm hungry, so probably not. Staring in your eyes, she speaks slowly, as if she's giving orders to a child. Get there, through the bog spread by the western roads, and look around. Count the awoken, see which side of the village is poorly guarded, what weapons they have, what they're made of. She sits down next to you. Her arms burden your shoulders. She pulls you closer to her. You lean down. The delightful scent of Mirlet doesn't make you any more comfortable. I don't care about your trade. I need you as a spy, Rin. Somebody can shut their lips when they speak to my enemies. She springs up, her mail jiggling. I have a small pouch ready for your return, or 2 healing potions, always useful. She sizes you up. To a traveller. I'll get it done. You walk forward, listening to Guy's heavier boots jiggling and mails. About the spying, can I tell you anything? Okay. I should go. You go back to Reginald. Even though the highwaymen keep an eye on you, they let you search your bundles without their assistance. I go back to the ravine. A couple of slugs are crawling up and down the cavern, now aware of the rocks that's circling around the meadow. I take the narrow path south. You grab Reginald's lead and use your axe to get through the branches and tall grass. After a few minutes, you reach a colourful meadow with orange, red, and white flowers. As tall as a wheat field, their late summer scents lure all sorts of insects as well as tiny birds. The path ends at the edge of the glade. A bird or an ape may get me from afar. I move forward, but keep an eye on the close trees. Interesting. I save. A cat could leap for me from the flowers. I observe the ground. You tether your mount to a tree and lean forward carefully, keeping your eyes and weapons low. Soon a corpse hits the ground. You wipe the blood off your axe. You take a deep breath and crouch by the 100 legged worm. Okay. As wide as your fist and as 3 feet long, it attempts to crawl up your boots. Yay. We're being attacked by a worm. But you cut through the red pallets covering its armor with confident cuts. I seek anything of value amongst plants. Your steps force the mites and insects to spread, but your presence remains hardly noticed by the colourful life around you. You don't know anything about herbs. Take a closer look. It's wider than 2 people standing side by side and taller than Reginald. Grass surrounding it surrounds it tightly. It must be years old, but it just as well be older than any village in the north. You find rocks in many colours, including red, cream, white, black and blue, and many dots or mixed ones. While the cavern stays firmly beneath your touch, it would be easier to shelter it with a pickaxe or a single swing of a dragon. You also notice pieces of old chicken bones pressed amongst the rocks. Unfortunately, no coins. You unpack a wooden spear, pleasantly smooth and light. Entire set fits in the palm of your hand. You place them in various spots in the cavern on the ground nearby, just in case. All you can do is wait. So you spend a few minutes making sure there are no creatures trying to sneak up behind the napping Reginald. When you gather your amulets, they're not much warmer than your skin. The spells feel the rock is even weaker, or dwelling away ages ago. I ride to a different part of the forest. Where would you like to go? I'm here, right? So I'm halfway through. Let's go to the other side so we can visit here east, the painted boulder. Worm. It was crazy hard. You remind me how to okay, well there are several options, Fox. Try the roast pea worms. You can cut them in half and survive both. Indeed. You stop your pal fray and fix your eyes on the critter underneath a lovely tree. It's furry, shorter than your arm, no taller than a handspan, with tiny ears, mostly brown, with a white stomach and a black tip on its tail, nimble like a cat. It pokes with its nose something amongst the grasses. The stout tears apart a large nest made of twigs and leaves, one of which remains hanging by the branches above. You pay attention to the ruffling leaves and take a deep breath. The blooming waters could cover up your scent. It's just a stout. I keep going. I'm not gonna fight him. You're standing at the ford. You spot a few rocks you've thrown into it. The light dances on the surface of the stream. The gentle breeze surrounds you with a calming rustle of leaves. For now I'm going to ignore it. You leave the darkened woods behind. One top of the nearby hill, you spot a 4-legged dragon chewing on a tree leaves. It completely ignores you. As you observe its long neck, as thick as a trunk, you can't imagine a blade of wind during it. Let's go to this person. Hello. The meadow is quiet as it makes you slow down. You touch the cold shell. Monster's eyes glow red. We found a monster's eyes that glow red. Wait, we found one. The gargoyle glows red. Go inside. I'll see you soon. The stone creature lets you into the yard. About clearing the roads. 20 rations. Fine, where do I put all this? She makes a vague gesture towards a nearby stool. I'll give you Gollum's new orders before I go to sleep. How do I check my inventory again? One of these left. Can I eat this? Eat some plants. There we go. Let's trade. What do you sell? Spirit rock, which I don't need any of that. About the words on your golem. Oh. She thinks for a bit, then meets your eyes. They hold my spell. Each one means something different. Look, chase, beast, run. The golem's meant to hunt. Hope that it ought to happens to them. I have an option to put those enchanted rocks into other shells. She twirls her hair, a nice little trick. Though I'm not sure how it works. I plan to use a few more words like dig lumber. Dig or lumber. Since you're right, could you read some of the things to me? Her eye widens, but she smiles. You got it wrong. I ask others to write down the words I need, together with pictures, and then I copy them. Yeah, it could go to, she lets out a loud sigh, the monastery in the far north. So the monastery can read it, okay. They won't know how to fight it. You seem to be afraid of bandits. She glances at the gate. I'm not afraid. She's terrifying. Here's a tip. Engrave it on your soul. She can't be reasoned with. If you're strong, threaten her. If weak, ask her for mercy, I guess. Well, I already did that, so... She wanted to work with me, but I have no right to know her soul is wicked. She takes a step forward towards you. I know they're somewhere deep in the woods. I don't know much about those lands. I get other stuff to worry about. But there's one place I know that could keep an entire band. An old lumber camp. But you won't reach it through any of the major roads, so... She steps back. That's that. Okay, travel. We're going to the abandoned watchtower. And we're gonna sleep here for the night. You're so happy. I'm glad you're happy, Wade. Did you get some good deals at the market? Is that why you're happy? I'm told I go through this very fast, so I'm a little lost about everything. This wilderness, I sleep. You are hungry. I'm still hungry. I have food. Look, I ate food. There you go. I eat more food. Does that help? Yes. Okay, sleep then. Yay. I'm gonna get covered in bugs again. I already know this. I get covered in bugs. Okay, journal. What do I have to do? Explore Peninsula, find RoadWarden. So he went to somebody over there. I have one rod to place down. Should be the White Marshes. Closed tunnel. Hidden village. Apparently there's, yeah, somewhere in the north. has been in touch with them. Missing hunters. I still haven't found it. Bravest of them. She is beast in the open by the road. Her hair is right. Necromancer who can't go and talk to. Oh. If I make it worth his time and trust. Ruined village. Something happened at the ruined village. Spy on them. I learned at least something from the golems are coded with instructions, possibly enhancing their powers. Okay, so White Marsh is essentially where I have to go. So let's travel for a bit. I am totally okay. I hope you believe that. Let's go to the foraging ground and pick up some things. Valley seems especially peaceful today. A couple of lizards are resting on the rocks, basking with no worries. You don't spot any large things. Take some time to forage. This time the berries bushes won't help. You lead Reginald further away from the road until you get a spot covered with walnuts. You drop by a tree, gathering atop some of them. You'll have a chance to break those shells before you go to sleep. Travel again. Don't think I have anything here for you guys. Going to the White Marshes. So I go to Old Forest Garden. Small groups of rows notice your arrival. The largest one sounds barking warning. At once all of them hurry away, heading west. There are many edible plants in sight. They aren't ready for picking. What's that? Let's go to this guy and annoy him again. A tiny vole, as brown as the short grasses, is washing its fur at the edge of the puddle, but it jumps into it once it notices your arrival. Thalsius is sitting on... I've already read that. It's got nothing to sell me. I need to meet with Otius. Can you open the path to White Marshes? You know what you need to do. Would food rations be fine? Very fine, he licks his lips. Once he spots a piece of jerky amongst your gifts, he reaches for it right away. With a mouthful, he snaps his finger, mutters something in satisfaction. And you need to be sure you won't be making me regret helping you. Okay. So now I travel to the White Marshes. Yay! You ride amongst a trail of blood which disappears near the walls. Locals spread quickly, leaving you with a few guards and many more awakened souls. I take a stroll, learn more about this place so I can report back. You leave Reginald's at the walls and head between the tough houses, but then you hear heavy footsteps of one of the armed guards. What is this? He places a hand on his shoulder and turns you around, getting lively. What's the problem? Your nose, he scuffs. Don't loose around, stranger, he says harshly, pointing you towards the gates. Stick to your beast. You hear a few onlookers wonder out loud what you're looking for. So I have to wait until it's darker. Good day, Warden. I have some supplies I don't need. Never mind. He's useless. Oh, I can ask him about the rod. He hardly squints a glance at you. This is the mayor. He's pretty much like an idiot. It would anger. Do I do that? Because I do need his trust for stuff. Oopsie, look at that time. About the rod. Maybe another time. Oh wow. Okay, that was a bit stupid. I didn't realize I have to go sleep again. I might have to go look some things up for this thing. There's the bronze rod's fine. There's the missing hunters, the necromancer one, which I'm stuck on, and studying the golems. I could just walk around to every single thing, but also that would be a bit hard to do. Let's travel and sleep at Foggy's place. Let's sleep. Can I enter the tavern actually? I need to buy something. Full meals booked in advance. I'd like to eat something. Okay, that gave me food. Let's sleep, because she offers it for free, and that's a pretty good deal. The rain hits the ground, another day of muddy roads, it's all good. Days are getting shorter, nice. Make something to eat. Yay, she gave me more food. Time for me to go to travel. Do these guys sell rations? I'm gonna go check because I do need stuff to enter that marshes. Trader. Taylor, what can you do for me? Who sells... Do these guys sell anything? Shouldn't say open at the tunnel. I can't remember who sells what in this lovely place. I can't remember. Seems to be only these guys. That would take me 8 hours. Goodness. Okay. I'm just wasting time now, so I'm going to leave it here, I think. I'm gonna leave it here for now. And I think I've gone 3 hours already, so I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to leave it here for now. Thank you for coming and chatting with me, Wade. It was very nice to see you again. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day, and I might see you later. Thank you for everybody else who stopped in and lurked. It was very nice. It's been going for, yeah, 3 hours roughly, almost 3 hours. That's enough. Okay. I am going to, yep. I'm gonna leave this for next week, which I'm not sure if I can stream on Saturday next week for you guys, because I'm busy. May is a busy month for me, unfortunately. So I'll have to check and give a rain check. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming and listening to me yap about things. And I will see you next time.